dark of the night. Sunshine is my destroyer. There shall never be another dawn. Looking upon these frail creatures, one would not think that they could contain such power. One could rule the universe with it. You must find them for me and destroy them.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Camera. Why is my camera not working? One moment. Okay, I think we are back. Welcome. Hope you have an excellent, what is it? Is it Friday? Friday. Hope you have an excellent Friday. Gonna hop into a Vintage Cube League draft here. We've got a measly 3 trophies. Top trophy winner has 43. So we've only got 40 trophies to go to tie this Chris Wolf 1991. We got this. Let's see if we can draft a interesting concoction here. A lot of insanity and chaos in the world right now, especially in my home state of Utah. Hope you are doing well wherever in the world you are. Q is currently at 4 of 8. Which is weird, because it opens up a separate window for the draft queue, so a little bit confusing on how to display that. Should be live here in any moment. These queues fill up pretty quickly. Okay, our draft is live. Oh, it took us right to the screen. Perfect. Okay. Draft number 1 of the evening. Let's see if I can go through these in rapid succession. And probably going to be taking a black card from this pack. I like Emperor Bones and Demonic Tutor quite a bit. There's also Force of Will, Memory Lapse. And a couple of my green favorites, Bristol Bill and Ursine Monstrosity. What are we feeling? If you're looking to really combo, D-Tutor is probably the best. I don't mind first picking Emperor Bones. I think I'm going to. Through the Reach, Gristlebrand, Undercity Sewers. Cementum. Love to see it. I do love me some Grixis Reanimator. Sultai is really fun too. There's a Sultai land. And a Grixis land. Kind of want to take one of these 2 red cards though. Chain Lightning or Headliner Scarlet. I think I'm going to take Chain Lightning here. Very rarely has Grixis ever steered me wrong. Just kind of love the feel of Grixis. I do love a Porn Oculus a lot, especially with Unearth, Match Made in Heaven. Man, both of the best green cards wheeled from this pack, so green's probably really open. I'm just gonna kind of lock in and double down on Grixis though, huh? A little bit tempted to take that green Surveil land. I really, really love Gao alongside Emperor Bones. That's a nice little 1-2 punch combo. Really surprised at these green cards not being snapped up. Pack 2 is a bit of a doozy. There's Vivi, Pyroglyph, Kai Tower, what I'm really looking at. Flood Strand's pretty good too. I'm a sucker for Pyroglyph. Love this card. Love to draft this guy and then ways to copy him. The Phyrexian Metamorph, Fleeting Image, get multiple triggers with other Goyfs. Beautiful Tarn. Wow, another really good pack. Thundering Falls, Inquisition, Fiery Confluence, Spellbomb. That's kind of tough choice. I'd love to have another Surveil land, but power level of Fiery Confluence or Inquisition is pretty high. I mean, Nut is definitely a card I would splash for, but there's Vampiric Tutor, which is always welcome in any black-based deck. Fast Bond, huh? I haven't picked up any artifacts yet, but Emery is also really nice to mill your deck with. Get some good interaction there. I absolutely love Fast Bond, one of my top 10 cards to draft for sure. But Bone Shards is excellent in what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm trying to find some reanimator effects. I'm going to take Bone Shards. There we go. Flame Slash, Spellseeker, and man, I think I'm going to take this other fetch land. Still a great pack. Hightower Sentinel. Don't have too many creatures yet. This dude's a little bit tougher, but he's great with Strix. Great with any of these 2-drops, really. Okay, we officially have the ability to splash green with Bayou and Breeding Pool there. And really surprised to see this Surveil land wheel. Okay, we just have all the green splash availability in the world here. Nothing we really want to splash for yet, though. 6 maybe. Beautiful pack 3, Mox Ruby staring at us. Absolutely take it, but passing Tamiya, which is another really good first pick. It's conceivable Tamio might have been better than Mox Ruby there, but it sounds a little crazy. You can actually really easily splash for running 6. I think I will. And I guess I can go ahead and take on our 3rd Surveil land if I want. It's either Underground Mortuary or Volcanic Island, I think. Another excellent land at Underground Sea. And there's Evora and Mirror Battle Sphere. This would be the 10th land I've taken, which would mean that I pretty much can't afford to take any more lands after that, but yeah, I'm just going to take Underground Sea. Might actually run 6 in the deck. So that put us at 20. It's got room for like 4 or 5 more cards. I guess I can splash for Uro. It's a pretty good deck for it. Okay, there's some green cards. Orboroid and Grist have both love to splash, but it's also Image. Image alongside Pyroglyph is pretty sick. It's not an easy pick. I think I'm going to take Image though. Images is so good with Goyf and Fnatic. FTK or Ice Till Explorer, huh? Eternal Witness. Do I want Eternal Witness? It's not bad. Eternal Witness or Stern Scolding? Guess I do like Ewit. I've got enough green lands. I think I can run it. Gonna be able to get back like. Oh, there's Tameo. Tameo and Verge. I don't think I'm probably not gonna run Tameo. All right, let's give this deck a whirl. This looks interesting. In fact, I guess I even have room for. Don't need the forest, but can run another card here. So Cobra, Storm Chaser's Talent, Epicure. Really like to fill it out. I guess Cobra is kind of nice mana fixing. And I do have 2 fetch lands. And we're 4 colors, so Cobra makes a lot of sense. Epicure's nice. You get the blood token. It's a 1-drop. Great with Recurring Nightmare. Maybe Epicure's a little bit better, just because it's a 1-drop. I think probably so. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if we can get trophy number 4. First draft of the evening. And we won the die roll. Playing against Mac Knife. Opening hand is definitely a keeper. Don't think we're tutoring turn 1, but maybe. So I probably should have played Tarn and fetched up a Surveil land. Ooh, Workshop. Workshop is sweet. In fact, might need to tutor now for our mocks. Oof, turn 1. The One Ring. Yikes, that's really good. It's indestructible too. That's a problem. What do I do about that? Okay. Don't think I have a way to steal it. A card like Yuffie would be funny. Just steal the One Ring. He's not going to be untapping Grim Monolith, so Kolaghan's Command is kind of like not as good. I think I'd just sit on Vampiric Tutor for now. Kind of sucks I don't have an answer for the One Ring right off the bat. Oh, Bobby. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah, I wish I could steal that ring. Turn 1, the One Ring. It's quite a turn to play that card. Don't usually have to face this turn 1. Like, turn 1, I'll be drawing 2 cards, and then 3 cards, and then 4 cards. Pretty sure I don't have a way to steal it. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How was your week? Okay, let's look through the deck. Let's see, do I have any answer to the One Ring? Don't think I do. I don't. I don't have any way to steal the One Ring or kill it. Which is bad news. I can just like hard cast Kaita next turn. Maybe that's what I want to do if I get if I want a Vampiric for Mox Ruby. Doing good, eating a lot, and snoozing. I finally have time to do those two things. That's so good, man. Yeah, I'm still incredibly tired. But it is officially the weekend. I'm so stoked. What do I do here? I have access to any card in my deck. What's the best thing to do? Probably try to kill him. He's going to be putting himself on a clock with the One Ring. So I guess I could like play Pyroglyph, but it's not very big yet. Alright. Breeding Pool's gonna go to the graveyard, I think. So I think I need to get Mox Ruby here and just get Mr. Kaitao online. Kaito isn't even that strong here. Look at the Ninja Emblem, why not? Maybe that's a pathway to victory, is to just start bashing with Kaita. Drawing more cards, okay. Well, we can start drawing 2 cards a turn now with Kaitao. Is that how you pronounce his name? Kato? Kaitao? Maybe it's Kato. It's been a crazy week, my friend. The world is... Well, we already knew it was crazy, but somehow it keeps getting crazier. And your gut and my gut tells me what we already know, and that is, as crazy as it is now, it's probably going to get even crazier before any semblance of sanity returns. Sad to say. Kind of buckling up. Okay. I need some help here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Guts Gut. Oh yeah, freaking We could draft get. God. Uh-oh, I did not want to draw a card I can't cast. Alright, what are we doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even think I made a land drop that turn. Bad people. Well, you know what I can do, though? I don't know if it's good or not, but since I haven't made a land drop, I could play Kolgan's Command, get back Troll, and then cycle Troll, make a land drop. I think that's worth it. I'm definitely going to do that. Here goes nothing. So we want to get back our creature, and then I guess we can destroy an artifact, we can discard a card. Since he's got 7 cards in hand, he's about to draw 4 more. Let's destroy an artifact, right? Get back Troll. This he's got to spend 4 mana to untap Grim Monolith, so let's get one of these two instead. We'll take this one. Okay, and now actually if I play Overgrown Tomb, I can play Renin 6. Well, I guess I can get Bayou. Let's go Bayou. Oh, joke's on me, I have played a land this turn. Okay, well, so I don't really mind that play anyway. That's funny. Well, I guess the bright side is Mr. Mac Life is at 10. Oh, you know what? I should have got his Legion Extruder. You know why? Because he can just sacrifice the One Ring. That starts becoming a problem. And if I made it so he couldn't sacrifice the One Ring, then maybe he dies the One Ring. So I should have probably... I didn't think about that. Yeah, I can just sacrifice the One Ring. Turn 1, the One Ring. It's pretty good. But we do have a dude he can't really interact with here. Just have to chump block. We can play Metamorphosis Fanatic and get back Troll. Yeah, crazy week, my friend. It's not even over yet. Can't this week get any crazier? Probably. I wouldn't bet against it. I guess with this dude, even if he plays a blocker, we can tap it down and get in some more damage. Our best draw is Pyroglyph, though. If we draw Pyroglyph, we just win, because we have Image in hand already. So we play Pyroglyph and then copy it, and that should be lethal. This dude got every artifact in the draft, it seems like. Plus a Toying Academy. Plus Mishra's Workshop. Very nice. Just unloading. Still not done. So, Bobby, what do you think about all this crazy news this week? What are your thoughts, my friend? I was quite surprised today. Locked your doors. I was quite surprised today to find out um, that they've apprehended the shooter, and a bit alarmed and surprised to find out that he is from the town I just moved from in southern Utah and is a neighbor of my niece. I don't know if she knows him, but or I guess my niece's in-laws. But Utah boy. Go figure. Yeah, I mean, his I don't know how the story went down, but especially once his image has already been released worldwide, it's just I think it's just simply a matter of time before it's like, okay, I know exactly who that person is. But apparently, um, I don't know if he told his father what he did, or if his father just kind of figured it out. But his father consulted with a ecclesiastical leader who advised him, yeah, you have to turn him in. And as tough as that is to do, I mean, there's no other option. And he did, which is quite an incredible thing. But oh no, yeah, the reward. Yeah, I don't know if I'm sure that rewards in manhunts, like I never hear about someone actually getting a reward. I assume that they're legit, but I've never actually heard of someone getting a reward before. But yeah, I'm sure that in this particular case, when it's your own son, that's the last thing that's on your mind. Your family's life, your son's life, the community's life, the whole nation, all the world's eyes on you. That's the last thing you're ever going to think about. Um, Devastating. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. His father was on a sheriff for 27 years. Um, I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's a good family. But it's going to be a tremendous amount of judgment sent their way for sure. Super unfortunate. Okay, what am I doing here? Let's just play Recurring Nightmare and see if it gets countered, I guess. Town Gossip Overload. Yeah, well, it's worse than that, even, because it's a pretty kind of a small town community, right? And there's a lot of understandably, there's a lot of very intense emotions and opinions being expressed and held right now. So people are not in the mood to hold back. And that's what I'm a little bit worried about, is that we may have reached boiling point in the country. I mean, we probably reached it before, but it kind of just feels different this time around. It feels like things might get really ugly before they improve. That's what I'm expecting, but hopefully I'm wrong. I honestly was a little bit surprised that they announced that the shooter was apprehended, because after almost 48 hours, you start to wonder, man, that's been quite a bit of time with that many people on the hunt. Maybe it was like some foreign operative that was already out of the country, but it does make sense that that was not the case. Your imagination just kind of goes wild, like, man, what is happening? What's going on? Leaving the country. No, we need you, Bobby. Stay, please. My opponent's got all the mana in the world. I'm a little bit terrified what's going on here. And actually, he has access to infinite mana with Basalt Monolith and this dude. So if he's got like any way to dump infinite mana into something, then I die. But I mean, it's the thing about leaving the country, though. I mean, first of all, I'm glad I still live in America. America is, even though we have tremendous strife in the land at the moment, it's still, I'd rather not be anywhere else. But it's kind of a worldwide what would you say? The opinions and times that we're living in. It's not just exclusive to America. Waiting to find out if I'm dead. Okay, all these cards will kill me if he can take like an extra turn. Or has like a counter spell, because he's at 3. My plan is to go play a land and oh wait, Chain Lightning's in my graveyard. What is my plan? I'm not sure what my plan is. We might be dead, because this Keppa Cannoneer is going to be able to one-shot me on his next turn. What a deck. Slow down, Bronco. He's just playing every card in this. Just sitting back, getting posterized here. I don't even know if I have an out here. We'll do like one thing. Okay, here's our turn. We get one turn, and then if we can't kill him, we die. And it does not look like I can kill him with this hand. So GG. I can like play Renin 6 and plink him for 1 and put him to 2. That doesn't do the job. I can copy this guy, and then I just die to this guy. So good game. 6 cards left in his library. I mean, that was a turn 1, the 1 ring. So, whoa, Bucky Warp. You need to. It's so good to see you, my friend. Just talking with Big Bobby here. I'm kind of like traumatized. I'm trying to process this week. This has been one hell of a week, as you know. Just finding out today that that they apprehended the shooter and that he resides, or his family resides, in St. George, and just lived a couple houses down from my my niece. It's just wow, it's a lot to take in, man. And I mean, not to mention the trauma of the event. Everybody witnessing it, you know, just seeing that. It's like, what in the? It's happened in Utah. It's too much, man. It's absolutely nuts. And then the online vitriol, people going absolutely bananas, people celebrating the murder, people getting caught in 4K. I mean, I'm sure you both saw like the uncensored footage, and I would never recommend that someone watches it, but certainly not a kid. But I was glad that I saw it. It's not something I want to rewatch, but actively avoided it. Yeah, no, yeah, it's no, you don't need to watch it. No, I mean, it's not. I don't know. I guess the only reason why I say that is it just makes me feel like I have a little further depth of the reality and the severity of what happened, but it's so tragic, and this hand sucks. I'm probably gonna lose this game. I don't know why I kept this hand, but straight to Archer. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, we all grew up in a era of action movies and violence and stuff. But when it's the real thing, it's definitely feels different. And really, if you think about it, it's been quite a while since there's been like something that public. I mean, Trump came pretty close to having that happen. Remarkably, didn't happen, but yeah, incredibly close. It's so weird to think about how close that was. But the fact that it's for everyone to see and experience in real time, yeah, it's just quite remarkable. And with President Trump, I mean, it's still shocking, but you kind of expect it a little bit because people have hated President Trump forever, and he said some pretty crazy things, of course, but I mean, this I don't know. You know exactly how I feel. It's yeah, the celebrating part is what's just so discouraging. It's like, this isn't a video game. This isn't a movie. This is real life. So I think the way I chalk it up to is people have different ways of processing something traumatic, and some people have dark humor. This isn't really dark humor, but um, yeah, higher ups losing jobs. Well, I was, and some people were really upset with all the branches of the military basically trying to clamp down on those types of comments and saying, look, if you're a member of the armed forces, any celebration of the death of a civilian like this is not part of our values and is going to be dealt with severely and swiftly. And people had a problem with that. I'm like, no, that makes sense to me. Like, if you're in the armed forces, like, there's a certain standard that you want to uphold, right? As a soldier, and that's expected of you as a soldier, and it's certainly um, celebrating the death of a fellow American has got to be exactly the opposite of those values. So I have no problem with that. But the workplace, yeah, it's a little bit different um, ball of wax to try to handle. But yeah, murder is murder. That's impossible to reconcile that. It's just, I don't know. I'm trying to be as generous as possible, that like people just have a different way of processing things. But I think that it's worse than that. I think that some people, they really, there's so much built up hatred from over the years. It didn't happen overnight. It's like, I don't know exactly all the factors. I think it's pretty complex. There's a lot of factors at play, but um, there's so much resentment and like fracturing of, everybody's in their own little isolated bubble, and so they begin to think of other people as their bitter enemies. And when you actually start to internalize that and believe it, then people can justify all kinds of crazy, crazy things. But part of me also feels like people that say those things, they don't really mean it. They're saying it off the cuff, and they're kind of like, it's like a little bit cathartic for them maybe to say something like, oh, he deserved it, blah, blah, blah. He got what's coming to him. Maybe that kind of helps them deal with it a little bit. But either way, it's no excuse. Oh yeah, rage bait. Yeah, that's their game for sure. They're so good at it too. And don't forget, like, the effectiveness of bots too, right? Like, a lot of the comments and stuff that are so insightful, like, you don't even know if that's an actual person. I don't know exactly what the angle would be for a foreign government to want to incite civil strife, but basically, if they want to weaken our country, that's one way to do it, right? Make everyone hate each other to the point of insanity. It's pretty nefarious. But like this morning, I couldn't believe it. I woke up and I had a message on Facebook Messenger, one of my old friends I haven't seen for a long time, and he's asking me why I put a laughing emoji next to something he posted about genocide, and like was asking me if I like why I did that, why I support that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, your account must have got hacked or something. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I would never do that. So I was trying to think about it. It's like, man, did I like maybe accidentally put the wrong emoji or something? But Anyway, he showed me a screenshot of it, but then I looked at like my history. I didn't have any history of doing that from my account, so I don't know how you can tell if your account has been hacked or how that works, but I felt good enough like letting him know that that wasn't me, and he's like, "Oh, it didn't sound like you," but that makes me a little bit concerned that it's like I don't want my name saying something super offensive to like my aunt or whatever, you know. But yeah, probably a bot steal a profile pic. That could be as simple as that. That's true. Hasn't happened to me before, but I know it's happened to other people I know with AI. Yeah, that's true, huh? And I think that some of the bots too, they're like specifically programmed to be as incendiary as possible. Like go for max effectiveness. Like what is the most rage baiting thing you can possibly come up with? But I don't know a whole lot about that. I just know that it is a thing. It's probably only going to get better, unfortunately. Okay, we just died. Shouldn't have kept this hand. This is such a sketch hand, but that's okay. We're having a good conversation. Good job, Mac Knife. You destroyed me. Well done. Bot versus bot. Oh, man. Well, and that's another thing, too. Like, we are, to my knowledge, this hasn't really happened on the civilian level yet, but we are now entering into the era where, as far as like assassinations and those types of crimes go, you don't even physically have to be there, right? I mean, can't you just go buy a drone and just program your drone to like, put some explosive on it or something, and then you can just remotely pilot the drone? I mean, it's try not to dwell on those things too much, but like, it's a reality, and you're gonna have to learn how to navigate those realities, probably by experiencing them. So, buckle up. Bot versus bot. Yeah, that's the future of warfare. That's probably what it already is, right? My AI computer, super Mac beats your Mac. Mechs sound kind of cool though. I don't really want to see mechs roving the land, Terminator 2 style, crushing skulls with each step. Not quite ready for that, but as a kid, I always thought it looked kind of cool. Then when you go home to your little hovel in your cave, you get a knock on the big iron door, and the dude slides the window open, and you put your hand down the doggy sniffs it to make sure you're not like a cyborg. Then you can gain entrance into the compound. Halt! You have broken the law. Yes. There's those little one wheel. Have you seen those in China? They have like those like one wheel police drone things. It's a little bit freaky. That they already have those like helping law enforcement. have the robo dogs. Oh man, those robo dogs, those like terrifying. Like their movements, it's so lifelike. The MIT engineers are too good, man. Those guys are absolute mechanical geniuses. They've been able to engineer such. It's really cool when you think about it, though. Like they've studied all the movements of different animals and creatures, and like you say, a robot can be designed. It doesn't have to be anthropomorphic. It doesn't have to have the likeness of man. It can be designed any way you want. Maximum efficiency. The augmentations that you can help to give you like super strength, those are kind of interesting too. I mean, straight up robots probably better, but like the making it so you and I could like lift a 300-pound crate with ease, stuff like that, or like run at super speed, kind of the what's that Tom Cruise movie, Oblivion or something, like your power suit. That's already kind of starting to be a thing. Pretty interesting. You know that like their best technology, it's not really in full view of the public yet. It's kind of Isaac Asimov, eat your heart out. Like we're in it now. Your wildest dreams. Who knows what kinds of technologies they already have developed. Hopefully there's some benevolent actors in there somewhere that will help the species propagate into the future. I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible, right? Okay, I'm gonna play this dude. Of course, that's how it always starts, right? Like your intentions are always benign. The next scientist that comes up with the great time-saving, energy-saving robot of the future, that's the one that gets us, right? But yeah, still, Blade Runner. Oh man, I still love that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I'm not sure what it is about that film, and I like the new version too, the Blade Runner 2049. I was so excited to see that in the theater. But when I first saw that movie, it's so beautifully haunting. It's just the acting, the music, the whole aesthetic. It's just gorgeous, even though it's totally dystopian and dark and scary. Like I love that whole movie. It's genius. I thought what's his name, Dave Bautista, his small little cameo role in that new Blade Runner he thought he did an excellent job. I liked his character a lot. And then of course Ryan Gosling, he did a great job as the new Harrison Ford, basically. I only saw that movie once. I need to see that one again. And the new Dune, I think they did an excellent job with that too. The way they portray the different technologies, it's like so realistic. It's just fascinating what they're able to do. What's crazy about that Blade Runner too is I think that came out in like 81 or something, like forever ago. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna do a quick internet search here. When in the blazes did Blade Runner get released? Blade Runner. Oh, 1982. Are you kidding me? This is like 3 years after Star Wars. And like Star Wars is probably more groundbreaking, but and I'm sure Blade Runner took a lot of inspiration from Star Wars. The Tyrell Corporation. Yeah, very good special effects. I have a friend I'm super jealous of who got to work doing special effects for some of these movies for a number of years. He worked on Pacific Rim. He worked on the Mad Max, the new one. Like, so jealous. And then he got tired of, or maybe his wife got tired of having him move his family all around the globe. And so he is now a real estate agent. Which sounds lame, but gotta pay the bills, right? He said that was super stressful about working in that industry because I would always have these deadlines that were, I know, it's quite the switch, that were like impossible to meet. And his particular role was doing like this video editing, and so it's basically like the last he's like the last guy in the line before they can like roll out the product. So everybody obviously is like clamoring to be like, okay, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Like, freaking get a move on. And so extremely stressful. And of course you want to put out the best product possible. So you want to take your time and do it right. But so like the whole creative artistic side, that kind of is spoiled if everybody's just breathing down your neck all the time about deadlines and budget constraints, all that stuff. But still, it'd be a really interesting job, despite the stress. I'm sure the stress would get to you after a while, but I was jealous. I was jealous of his job. He went to the Disney School of like, I want to say animation, but maybe they just called it the Disney School of Animation, and they teach all the different, I don't know what the different platforms and models and stuff they use are, but I guess it's like a really top-notch school. And so usually if you graduate from a top-notch school in a specialized field like that, then those are the first folks to get hired. He was lucky enough to get his foot in the door for some of these projects. Pretty cool. It's hard to believe. I mean, if you go back in time, I remember being a little Rich sitting in school. You know, they go around like, hey, the teacher's like, hey, Billy, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? And we're so naive back then. Like, if you would have told the teacher, I want to develop and make video games, like they would have like held you after school and like, we better make sure that Billy talks with the guidance counselor and we talk some sense into him that he can go for a more rational career choice that might actually be able to support a family with, right? He wants to go into the video game industry. Now, lo and behold, the video game industry like is bigger than Hollywood, a music industry, and like all of sports. Teacher want to be a truck driver? Right on. Truck driver, I think, would be a really fun and interesting job. Also stressful, I'm sure. I always thought that would be interesting. He was told no. Oh man, yeah, that's childhood for you, right? You express your one dream, and then it just crushed instantly. Gotta love it. They do. They do make bank. And man, what the heck? This guy's got a good hand. I'm gonna take Mana Crypt. Yeah, especially if you are your own. You have your own rig, and you're just a private contracted driver. You can really make some good money. And then on top of that, if you can find like specialty cargo, the more precious the payload and the more, you know, risk, the higher the price that you can demand. It'd be pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And these days, you have like Starlink, right? So you can just like have internet no matter where you go. You have your fully decked out sleeper. So you're like traveling, literally traveling in like a limousine. You know what? I think I'm convincing myself to go become a truck driver. I could even set up my own like green. How hard could it be? I could have like green screen in there. You park your truck for the night. You get your laptop set up. You can like stream to Twitch on the road. That'd be kind of fun, man. Roll through Vegas, you know, play some cards, get back in your vehicle. That evening, you're like in some other city, some other land. Tell me, dog, that you were going to set up a streaming event. Yeah, I still want to do that, man. That would be so fun. I want to have like my my portable podcasting streaming. I don't pay any rent because I live in my cool van thing. I need to get on that. That would be really cool. I would enjoy that. Like, some of these people actually have like a personality, unlike myself. They can make a living doing stuff like that. They have like their following and like like, welcome. Here I am in Whitefish, Montana. We're going to stream, you know, whatever game it is tonight, and take a little tour of the van, the area. It'd be fun to get like their following. Start that way though? No, that's true. That's true. Got to work their way up. But speaking of such things, you know what I totally forgot about until the other day that made me laugh? Do you remember the Shaytards? Remember how big they got? Like, they were like pretty much like the first what a family reality show on the internet. I had no idea. Like, those guys, I mean, he ended up getting like bad marriage, to get divorced and stuff, but he ended up making like millions of dollars doing his they call themselves the Shaytards. I don't know if you ever tuned in. I only saw a few episodes, but I don't know. I think sometimes people are, if you make it on YouTube, you can make it in a ton of money for sure. Yeah, I know. It's kind of insane how much some of these YouTube folks make. Some of them are making like tens of thousands of dollars a month, and that's just for the ad revenue. Where they really make their bank is when they have like merch on the side that they're slinging. Those guys are laughing themselves all the way to the bank. It's kind of cool. I'm all for it. Alright, I'm gonna play this dude here. Hundreds of thousands. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. People that have like 1 million subscribers. They're making so much money. It's unbelievable. That some of the big names. Yeah, actually, I'm probably naive to how much they make, but what's his name? Mark Antwier. He's like a gaming streamer. I can't even pronounce his name, but the guy's a filthy rich maniac. He's got a good personality for it too, though. As do you. Yeah, Markiplier. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, but he's a really funny dude, smart dude. He's got like the deep radio voice, and he's very entertaining. I've watched a few of his like walkthroughs for games and stuff over the years, and hilarious dude. Speaking of which, dude, I remember Mr. Beast back when he was like 12 years old. My brother showed me a video of this kid counting from 1 to 100,000. Like, what? That's a thing? And it was like multiple videos over multiple hours. And I'm like, this kid's insane. Yeah, that kid turned out to be Mr. Beast. So funny thinking back about it. It wasn't even that long ago. I mean, it was probably like 15 years ago. It doesn't seem that long ago now. But, I mean, he's got to be the richest YouTuber there is, right? Just determination. That guy's an absolute maniac. But yeah, I just thought it was funny remembering Mr. Beast back when he was just like I mean, he's probably like, I would say 12 or 13 years old, and literally his video was of him just counting from 1 to 100,000, which takes like 13 hours or more. It takes like some ridiculous amount of time, and people watched it. But since then, he had obviously much more creative videos and ideas and stuff, but I remember my brother showing me that back in the day, and I was just thinking it was hilarious. There was somebody that dedicated, they were willing to attempt such a thing. So funny. And it's safe to say he got the last laugh, or has had the last laugh. But Bucky Warp, what's the climate like? What's the air like down there in St. George with all this news happening? I mean, I guess it was just announced today, so probably haven't really got a sense of it yet. But I imagine it's got to be kind of nuts. There's probably news crews and stuff making their way down there. Count to 100,000 and win a Tesla. Yeah. Yeah, some of those contests are hilarious. And apparently he's, honestly, people told me, but I am busy getting ready for a big trip. Oh, excellent. Where are you planning on heading to? I need to go on a big trip. That sounds amazing. I haven't gone on a trip in ages. Japan? Are you serious? No way. No way, dude. For 2 weeks? No way. I'm so jealous. I've been to Japan twice, and it was fantastic. What city are you going to? Or cities? Dang it, I'm jealous. And what's the occasion? Just for the fun of it? To Tokyo? Oh man, I'm even more jealous. That's one city I would absolutely love to see. I've seen and explored the city of Kyoto and the city of Kobe. Last time we did the whole travel all over thing, we wanted to chill this time. Ah, man, that is so awesome. Absolutely loved everything about Japan. It's such a different place. Such a completely different culture. So beautiful over there, too. Um, I love how they integrate nature into basically everything. They really respect nature there. It's so cool. I have all these cool ancient temples and shrines and stuff in pretty much every city there. My work gives a vacay reimbursement for taking bigger vacations, and it's either use it or lose it. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing benefit. That's fantastic. The only, as I'm sure you're aware, since I'm sure you've done it before, but traveling to Japan is a sojourn. So make sure you got that neck pillow. Make sure you've got your all your stuff, because that's one heck of a flight. It's like 11, 12 hours one way, but totally worth it. So if you're going to Tokyo, you're probably going to I mean, I'm sure that there's major airports in Tokyo, but I would imagine maybe you fly into a neighboring city and then take a train into Tokyo. How does that work? I've always wanted to take one of those high-speed trains. That would be so much fun. It's on the bucket list for sure. Narita, then take the Narita Express into Tokyo, usually Shinjuku, then transfer from there as it's the main hub. Ah, man, that's so cool. I love trying to navigate through there too, and they make it extremely friendly for tourists and for Americans. Most of their signage is in Japanese and English, which I very much appreciate since I don't speak Japanese. Do you speak any Japanese? Seems like you do, don't you? Yeah, the bullet train's gonna be so much fun. You do? You used to live there? Holy shaboli. That's so cool, man. Worked as a translator for like 6 years. Ah, that's so cool. I'm gushing. I tried to learn the language. I didn't try hard enough, but I bought like all these language CDs and stuff that kind of walks you through all the different lessons, and it was pretty overwhelming because there's not a whole lot of anchorage, like similarities to the English language to base kind of have like a starting point for, and just this different sounds, or it takes a while to really train your ear to hear the different inflections, like the I'm trying to remember just some of the basic sounds, like dazumashite. I don't know, it's been too long, but I love how respectful everyone is in Japan. Took the Japanese language proficiency test, the N2 level, the level where you can get a job and missed it by 2 points. Are you kidding me? That sounds like a very narrow margin. You should retake that test sometime. I'll bet you could get those 2 points. But I'm sure they have a pretty high standard for that test as well. Oh, it's all pass fail, yeah. I remember my last trip to Japan, one of the most memorable moments was, I've thought about it, but it's only given in Cali in New York. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, one of my one of my funny memories the last time I went there is my friend that I was with. We wanted to go see a movie in the theater, and we went and saw this. First of all, the movie we picked was the most insane movie I think I've ever seen. It was like some big epic series called like 20th Century Boy, and we saw like part 6 of something in the series, and it blew my freaking mind. It was an insane movie, but and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was so much fun. But then afterwards, um, trying to navigate back to the hotel, we took the subway there, and then as we were going back to the subway, we noticed this gentleman just sprinting past us. We're like, man, I wonder why that guy's in such a big hurry. And then lo and behold, when we get down there, we realize, yeah, he was the last guy to make it on the train, and then it closed, right, for the evening. So here we are, like 20, 30 miles away from our hotel in a completely foreign country. Neither of us speak Japanese. And we're like, okay, first of all, we don't even know how to get back to the hotel. We just know the name of it. We just know like our subway stop. So luckily enough, I noticed a taxi. We hailed the taxi, and then even luckier than that, my friend had like some official paperwork from the hotel where he just showed him where we wanted to go, and he got us there. But it was panic mode there for a minute. If I'd had you there, you could have just no problem got me where I wanted to go. But that was interesting experience for sure. Yeah, nice preparation. I'm sure the guy was just shaking his head like, stupid Americans, what are you doing here? And then just going to eat. We just found this like little neighborhood restaurant where there's like all these Japanese businessmen sitting in there on their knees. You know how like have the tables that are like low to the ground with the cushions and stuff, and it was so fun, such like an intimate setting. Everybody kind of gave us like the side eye, but it was just like this little neighborhood place people go after work, and the menu is so cool. The menu had like photos of everything, so you knew exactly what you're getting. But such an adventure, such a blast. I'm extremely jealous. Does your wife speak any Japanese as well, or will you be translating the hole in the wall places? I know, it's so cool. And the Japanese people, as you know, they love their vending machines. They literally have a vending machine for everything. I could not believe you could buy beer from a vending machine. Like, what? So like a kid can just come up and buy beer if he wants? Yeah. It's a different culture. Totally different. It just blew my mind. And drink it publicly. Yeah. And then those huge malls they have, they're basically like covered, stores that just go on for, it seems like, miles. There's just everything under the sun. You have like 200 different electronic stores all packed together. It's just unbelievable. But I'm so jealous. That's awesome. So, um, are you going to spend 2 weeks in Tokyo then? That's fantastic. There's like probably more things to do in that city than maybe any other city on the planet. I would guess. Two weeks in Tokyo, dang, that's so cool. To take lots of photos. Last time went to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, then Okinawa. No way. Isn't Okinawa on a separate island even? The next time I go, and there will be a next time, I really, really want to see um, Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I know they have memorials there. Um, every time I think about that event, it just blows my mind that that happened in world history, and like the Japanese have already kind of like forgiven us in a way. It's just unbelievable to me. The peace parks there are really good. I'm gonna lose this game, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, the airplane that dropped the initial bomb, and I think my history is so horrendous. I can't remember if it was Hiroshima was the first or Nagasaki. I know that they were basically days apart, but the plane, the Enola Gay, that dropped the bomb, it kind of I did a little bit of Wikipedia rabbit hunting, and it kind of shocked me that it took off from Wendover, Nevada, just across the border from Utah, and that the occupant, one of the occupants, like one of the crew members of the flight, grew up in the town that I grew up in. Like, what? History is so crazy. Heavy for the pilot to press the button. I mean, yeah, that's a button that had never been pressed before in history. Like, knowing in advance that you are literally targeting a civilian population with the express purpose of ending and potentially saving millions of lives by taking an untold number of lives. I can't even fathom that. That is beyond my comprehension. It's also beyond my comprehension that the Japanese people seem to be like kind of okay with Americans at this point in history, and that's not that long ago. I mean, I think they understood that it wasn't an act of um, brutality being directed from America. It was more of an act of desperation and of wanting to end the war. And so there was kind of an understanding, you know, like, okay, yeah, this absolutely sucks, but war always sucks. And yeah, it's true. We did assist them afterwards. We didn't just um, leave them completely in a lurch. That is true. Certain agreements, right? Well, and the emperor, and I forget his name, but apparently, um, oh, I hadn't heard that. That's interesting. But I thought it was very interesting to find out kind of the history that the emperor. I mean, they were kind of brainwashed a little bit into thinking of what would potentially happen if the Americans ever made landfall there. That they were going to be absolutely ruthless, and that they're going to have to fight tooth and nail. The women and children were basically taught to fight and what they were going to have to do in that scenario, and it's just crazy to think about. Denounce him as God Emperor. Wow, I did not know that. That's very interesting. The whole tradition of the samurai, I think, is fascinating too. All let me go to game 3 here. Could play one more game of Magic here and then declare victory on the evening. But man, this has been cathartic for me to kind of talk about the week's events with you guys. Thank you very much. I have needed this. Ferdinando. Okay, I'm going to beat Ferdinando. We're going to declare victory on the evening and on the week. But what a week it's been. That was why we had to nuke them. They wouldn't stop because it was a religious thing. The God Emperor said we have to. So here we go. I did not know that history. It's very interesting. I wonder what the shame on me for not having kept up on this or looked into this at all, but the nuclear reactor that had such a horrible disaster there, I don't know, is that still I imagine that that's still like uninhabited area. I wonder what has become of that. I'm not talking about the bombs, I'm talking about the earthquake, and now I can't even remember the name of the city. Shame on me. The big tsunami and the damage that it did to the reactor, and they basically had to evacuate that entire city. You were there for that? Are you serious? I had no idea you were there for that. Sendai, that's right. Unbelievable. It's hard to believe that that actually happened. That was such an event. Living next to Yokohama when all that happened. I can't believe you were there for that. I can't even imagine what that must have been like. I don't know if there's anything comparable to it that's happened here in America. Maybe Mount St. Helens, but that was kind of a remote area that took place in. I had no idea you were there for that. What was that like? Did you feel the earthquake? Imagine the end of the world, apocalyptic movie. Yeah, that. I mean, that's exactly what the footage looked like. I couldn't keep my eyes off of the footage of all that dirty water, just the never-ending tsunami, just moving everything in its path. Cars, houses, trees, and just one big, it was just unbelievable. And I remember people approaching me in the parking lot of Best Buy asking for donations, and I gave him some money like to help out those people, but that was, buildings were collapsing, the drinking water was tainted, the food was gone, roads were destroyed, so food couldn't come down. Oh my gosh, man. And then on top of that, to add in the nuclear reactor scare as well, that's what you're already dealing with. That's that's just too much. That's like insult to injury. But the Japanese people, I think, are very unique. Very unique breed of humanity, and that I think their resilience, their ability to actually deal with something like that is much higher than a lot of the world, I would say. I don't know. How do you feel about that? It was a long few months. They're still dealing with it for sure. It's true. Yeah, I mean, they seem to like even when like the sirens and stuff sound that there is a potential tsunami or an earthquake, people are very resolute and like it's kind of like part of life there. They live on a very active fault line, so they have all the earthquake tech. They also seem to be very kind to each other. But I didn't realize you were right there. Have you been back to visit Sendai and that area since? Not since, but I did visit Ground Zero when I was over there afterwards. What is Ground Zero in relation to Japan? Is that the site of where the tsunami hit in Sendai? Okay. And what was that like to visit Ground Zero? Had it? I bet that was pretty surreal. Ooh, it's a very good hand. Very somber and surreal. Yeah, I heard a heartbreaking story about one gentleman who his wife was basically swept out to sea in the tsunami, and he spent every day for like some number of years looking for her. Obviously, he's not going to find her, but that was just heartbreaking to hear. But I feel honored to know you, sir. That's so cool that you were there for that. What an amazing experience. And what was your capacity? Is that when you were doing English translation there? Like, what was the? Were you working? Oh, on your mission. That's right. Oh my gosh. Wow, what an unbelievable experience. That was in 2011, huh? I think 2011 was the last year that I visited Japan. But no, that couldn't have been right because I don't remember. Yeah, it was before that. It was 2008 or 9, I think, that I was there. Too long ago. Ooh, that was a good draw. That was a spicy one for sure. So, what date do you leave? You probably fly from Salt Lake or Vegas to Atlanta, Georgia to, or no, you go the other way. Go to California, and then California to Japan. Leave Monday. No way. That's awesome, man. Good luck to you. That's fantastic. Vegas to Cali, Cali to Japan. I will say, maybe I'm misremembering this, but it kind of freaked me out when I returned from Japan last time. I kind of feel like according to the clock, that I somehow arrived back in California before I left Japan. Is that possible? I swear that's what happened. I was on the plane for like 9 hours, and then I look at the clock. I'm like, what? You're telling me that according to the time zones and the clocks and everything, that I've somehow went back in time? So I'm not misremembering that, huh? That's how it works. I'm like, what just happened? I swear I was on a plane for 9 hours. And now I went back in time. Yeah, I guess when they travel with the I mean, it's faster on the way back than it is on the way there because of the trade winds, and then the time zone. Yeah, it's so confusing, but okay, I'm glad I'm not misremembering that. Leave at 6:40 p.m. and land at 12:40 p.m. same day when you come back. So yeah, so you arrive basically 5 hours before you left. Oh, that's hilarious. You're like, maybe you can find out like the winning Powerball numbers this time for me, my brother, and kindly pass those along. I'll be happy to buy the ticket and split it with you. Somehow we got to hack this. There's got to be some advantage we can make. I mean, what was that Powerball up to? Like 1.7 billion? That's enough. So funny. Okay, how do I win this? I want to kill this dude. He might have a counter spell here. I close this out here. Alright. This is annoying. Good night, Bobby. Good to see you, my friend. This is my last game. Very good talking with you. Thank you for bolstering my spirit. Okay, just one. Yay. And Bucky Warp, so good to see you, my friend. I'm very jealous of your soon-to-be epic journey. Make the most of it. That's so cool that your company is kicking in for some of the cost of your travels. It's pretty much the coolest thing ever. Tokyo. I want to go to some of those weird themed cafes they have there in Tokyo. They have like a cafe for everything. It'd be so much fun. This is probably going to be the final turn of the game here. Let's see. Just block, block, block. Alright. Give me a land. can't really afford to attack. I want my dude exiled. Does this have to attack every turn anyway? I can't remember. It does not have to attack every turn. I'm past the turn. Final turns of the game. And I will be ending this glorious stream on a modest victory. Record of 2-1. Oh, that was a great draw. Excellent draw. Alright, plink your dude. Kill your other dude, and then I take his dude. Animate his dude. And that should be all she wrote. Got him. Okay. A respectable 2-1. Okay. I will be back again at some future point for some more Vintage Cube. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the soul bolstering. Have an excellent Friday night. This is King Feeble, signing out.